going to talk about picking the right website names. You're going to have multiple websites that you use. You want to buy good domain names that are memorable. Very simple. Phone number, we're going to go through this. Logo and color scheme, and we're going to go through some of the simple stock promotional materials as well. Here's the first thing. Your business name, it should be easy to find on Google. So when you're looking at a business name, and I know this is basic, a lot of people already have a business name, so I'm going to kind of run through this quickly. First thing is it's got to be able to be found. We picked out a name that was very difficult to show up on the search engines, and I didn't realize this when we formed our company. We picked out a name, CT Homes LLC, because we were buying and selling properties in Connecticut. So we went with that name. I liked the name. It was short. It was simple. It was easy to remember. Problem was there's a lot of investors competing for that name online. There was a lot of real estate agencies competing for that type of traffic. So Prudential was there, Keller Williams, they had agents all competing for this term. So what you want to do is when you pick a business name, obviously look at how competitive it is to show up for those search engine rankings in the top 10 for that business name. So here's a good thing that you guys should download. I want you to write this down. You should download the Alexa toolbar. If you want to find something out, if you want to find out how much traffic a site is getting, it's Alexa. The Alexa toolbar. If I ever go to a site and I'm like, how much traffic is actually going to this site? If you download the Alexa toolbar, you can actually find out how much traffic is going to that site. It'll tell you, it'll give you a rank for the website itself. What you want to do is you just want to look at the search, real simple. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. You want to look at the business name that you're choosing and figure out how difficult it'll be to get to the first page of Google or the first page of different search engines. And that is something just to take into consideration. The name should be unique and memorable and obviously convey what you do. There's a franchise out there called Homevestors. How many of you guys have ever heard of Homevestors, right? Obviously, it's a great business name. Homevestors. What does it communicate? Exactly what they do. Exactly what they do, right? And then you want to check what domain names are available. I'm going to give you a couple resources to do that. So the website names, I'd like you to write this website down. It's called bustaname.com, B-U-S-T-A-N-A-M-E, bustaname.com. You know what? It's actually on page 17. I forgot it was already in there. It's on page 17. Here's a couple good resources just when you're buying domain names, right? What Bustaname will do, there's a lot of different websites out there that do this. This just helps you choose a good domain name. A couple things about good domain names is don't make them too long. If they're too long, it's going to be very hard to remember. If you advertise them on the radio outside, any form of advertising, if it's too long or it's got dashes or it's hard to spell, don't buy it. Go with something simple and short. And always go with a .com if you can, right? But one of the things I just want to bring up is, and this will be a big indicator. If you have a domain name that's hard to spell, you want to buy the misspellings around it as well. We buy our domain names on GoDaddy. That's obviously where we buy our domain names. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to build a web presence. And here's sort of what I always tell people that you need. You need a core website, which is a core brochure website, but you also need lead generation websites that go around it. So everyone kind of focus up here real quick. You need two sites. You need one for sellers, you need one for buyers. And these are like central hubs. So a core website would be for for selling properties would be what we call a brochure website. I want you to write down the differences right now. It's called a brochure website or a core website. This is a place that you can put information about your business. This is a place where you can list properties for sale. So this is a core website that you use that anytime you have a property for sale, you list it on this site. But what you're going to also have is you're also going to have what you call squeeze pages or lead capture pages that just generate leads. There's a big difference. So when you're marketing online, what you want to do is you don't necessarily want to drive all your leads to your core website where there's a lot of different options for the user. You want to drive your leads to a central site that just captures the lead, and then once you have the lead, That's when you start marketing your core website. Does that make sense? So you are putting ads out there online to generate and capture traffic and capture leads, but you also need a core website that you can place properties for sale.